Good morning, folks. John Pettipas recording. We're looking at the big, fat, stupid guy. He's the, what do you call him? He's Rcmp Chief Superintendent Chris Letter. He sounds like he's a motorcycle gang or some sort of cult or something. He doesn't look as fat, and he looks every bit as stupid, but doesn't look as fat. I remember just after the mass murder at Portapique area, that a couple of days later, he was acting chief superintendent, and there was a middle-aged lady with him, and the press was asking a few questions. He confirmed that there were some people dead and so on. Didn't want to get the tough question murdered. Some tougher questions the reporter is asking. He turned it over to, I think the lady's name was Bridget. Poor lady was standing there and she just looked gobsmacked. When it came to tough questions, he turned it over to her. Anyway, they're a good crew to Lucki to get up those places. I've often mentioned that Catholic bishops and Rcmp, not all of them, but many of them, staff sergeants, superintendents, are very similar. They're good ass kissers. So Chris Letter is certainly no exception. Okay, in fact, he's chief among chiefs. Okay, and I'm going to back up here a second to 4 weeks ago today, to Saturday the 2nd. Here we have the lady by the name Royal Canadian Mounted Police Commissioner Brenda Lucki. Okay, the press conference in Ottawa back in 2018, and looks guilty of sin. I know you're not supposed to go by looks. If you're in a jury or judge, you're supposed to be without prejudice. Madam Justice supposed to be blind and weigh the scales of justice, but looks guilty of sin. Guilty of sin. She's the one that's been contradicted by her own members of Nova Scotia. She wanted to do politically correct stuff for Justin Trudeau, push his gun control registry, okay, and etc., and other ideas. So she denied it, but now the ones in Nova Scotia have told the Mass Casualty Commission that no, she pushed it. And so anyway, here we have, and yesterday, that was again from Saturday, the 2nd day of July's Halifax Herald, page A2 for reference sake, for A2. This is the Brenda Lucki looks guilty of sin. They take warning, still not a given, said Mountie. This is the front page of yesterday, Friday, the 29th day of July. Warning, still not a given, Mountie. Alert ready. Not automatic Rcmp response to active shooter, senior officer testifies. Well, and he's one of these fat, stupid guys. Okay, not all fat people are stupid by any means, but he's one of these dumb, stupid guys. Okay, this is Chris Letter, so he must do some kinky acts good because they got his position for the time being. Lately now, because they're under I think he's the third one to hold his position the last 2 or 3 years. He's there for time being, probably to top off his pension. So he does look concerned. He actually has to answer questions to somebody. He does have a concerned look in his face, as per yesterday's paper. So folks, we're paying these people, paying them damn well. They're supposed to be as good as any human being can do to enforce the laws of the land and investigate stuff and be fair and so on. But boy, oh boy, when this guy's predecessors totally contradict what this woman in Ottawa says, and he's there now after all we've gone through, and it was a horrific tragedy, act of extreme violence, that 23 people lost their lives, not 22, 23. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 1, 2, 3. There's 23 people lost their lives between Saturday night 18th and Sunday the 19th. They take of 2020, 2 years ago, and 3 months ago, going on 4 months ago now. That time flies. Anyway, nobody could have prevented much of the stuff happened on the first night. The people make argument had they went after Gabriel Wortman, maybe he wouldn't have had many guns and so on. True. but give them that amount of leeway. And it's not 100%. It could be debated. But the next morning, to have people out walking, had they put an alert out, I am damn certain that the people wouldn't have been out walking the next morning when there was still a killer at loose. And now to have yesterday, that's the purpose of my whole video. Not only the lioness of the higher-ups in Rcmp, contradicting one another, okay, a warning, still not a given, says Mountie. Mother of God! Warning, still not a given, says Mountie. This is unbelievable, folks. Anyway, read it yourself. It's yesterday's Halifax Herald on page A1 and continuing on page A2. And with that, I'm going to eat breakfast. I wish you people all the best. God bless. Share the video far and wide. And that's basically it. Thank you. Bye for now.